In behalf of our client, Mayor Sebastian Baste Duterte, no, acting mayor, who filed cases 2 days ago, to be exact, against Secretary Juan Victor John Vic Remulla, Secretary Gilbert Eudoro Eduardo Año, Secretary Jesus Crispin Remulla, Undersecretary Nicolas Felix LT, Police Brigadier General Romel Francisco Marbil, Police General Nicolas De Loso Torre III, Marcos Villa Canilaw, Anthony D. Alcantara, Richard Anthony Padulyon, Police Brigadier General Jean Fajardo, and other John Does for kidnapping 8 counts, arbitrary detention 8 counts, and 7 other crimes which we have already enumerated 2 days ago. No? We had to file this urgent omnibus motion this morning for the inhibition of Honorable Acting Ombudsman Vargas, Dante Vargas, and to conduct the proceedings in Mindanao Station in the light of the fact that Ombudsman Vargas, the Acting Ombudsman Vargas, may not be so impartial in the handling of this case, knowing that we received reliable information that his wife is the classmate of DOJ Secretary Remulla. And there are 2 kinds of inhibition, compulsory and voluntary inhibition. We are invoking the voluntary inhibition prohibitions under the rules of court, knowing that there are grounds also other than this, because we receive reliable information that the complaints that we filed had already been docketed right away pursuant to the recent memorandum prior to the retirement of Ombudsman Martires, that if you file cases before any of the stations of the Office of the Ombudsman, it shall be automatically docketed. And we received reliable information that the complaints that we filed were already docketed by the Office of the Ombudsman Mindanao. But we received reliable information that these dockets were ordered to be cancelled by Deputy Ombudsman Vargas. So, because of these reliable informations, we have requested our office to write a letter right away to the Deputy Ombudsman for Mindanao for confirmation of these informations. Because if these are true, then this would really have a bearing insofar as the impartiality of Ombudsman, Acting Ombudsman Dante Vargas in deciding this case. So that is why that gives us more reason to politely insist that for the sake of impartiality, fairness, the Acting Ombudsman should refrain from handling the investigation of these cases. And that is why it is imperative likewise that the hearing of these cases be conducted by the Ombudsman Mindanao, because the main office is the locus criminis of the cases that we file. It happened there, and the officials concerned are high officials who are now sitting in the government. And if the hearing of these cases would be conducted in Manila, all of our witnesses would be, not so comfortable in going there because their safety and security would not be assured. Whereas if the investigation would be conducted in Mindanao, at least we are safe. Anyway, they are high officials and they hold control over the PNP, the Army, and all government officers. So that is why we honestly and earnestly plead to the Acting Ombudsman to refrain from handling these cases and let the course of justice run its course. It should be given free way in its investigation, unfettered by any fear of partiality or one-sidedness. That is our honesty. For any other questions, I would let my co-counsel, Attorney Leo Delga, answer the same.
Attorney Clarice, pinapainibit natin si Ombudsman, Acting Ombudsman.
Then, atras mo
Yes, exactly. Si Dante Vargas, acting ngayon, meron siyang narinig namin na ginagawa na hindi batay sa procedure mismo ng Ombudsman. Which is, nakadakit na, ika-cancel pa. Okay? So, they're doing everything to issue the clearance in favor of the applicant, Rimulya.
May
So, that, again, we reiterate, the clearance of Rimulya is just a consequence of the justice being sought by Mayor Pastor Duterte, which is the kidnapping of their. So, the main case here is kidnapping. So, the clearance and everything else is just a consequence.
So may final ka na motion?
Yes,
Anong
motion for inhibition of the Honorable Acting Ombudsman Vargas and that the proceedings be conducted in the Mindanao Station po. Yun po ang final namin ngayong araw. At na-receive po ito ngayong araw din po, ngayong umaga.
If ever mag-grant yan, attorney,
Kung mag-grant ito, dito na po yung
sino
proceedings.
yung maghahawak ng kaso?
Ang Ombudsman Mindanao po, depende na po yan sa Ombudsman kung mag-create ba sila ng panel o isang graph investigating officer po. Pero I'm very sure kung dito yan, magka-create yan sila ng panel of investigators. Kasi maraming kaso ang kinain namin. Siyam. At saka sa dalawa, tag-8 counts pa.
If ever hindi maano yung grant natin, hindi mag-grant yung motion, ano yung next step natin?
We will file a motion for reconsideration. And then, if denied, then we will go up. We will just use all our remedies provided for under the law. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted us brains, we will use it.
Attorney, si DOJ Secretary is running or applicant po for being an ombudsman. How important is na wala siyang kaso at wala siyang kinikilingan. At the same time po itong acting ombudsman po natin, knowing na aspirant po siya or applicant po siya.
Una, sa tanong mo, how important na wala siyang kinikilingan. Importante talaga yan kasi the Ombudsman is the protector of the people. And under Republic Act 6770, he can actually investigate all acts or complaints or even matters of inefficiency, everything about public officials can be subject to the jurisdiction of the Office of the Ombudsman. That is why the 1987 Constitution makes it imperative that he can only be removed via impeachment because of the importance of the office concerned. And that is why the person to be appointed there should be a person of integrity, beyond question, and that he should be a person who can be trusted by the people because he is supposed to be impartial, fair, and who can actually administer justice because he can decide as to who shall be removed from office administratively. He can likewise decide as to who can be filed cases before the office of the Sandigan or before the Court of Sandigan Bayan and in ordinary courts. That is how important an ombudsman is.
We learn, attorney, na ang requisites po ng pagiging ombudsman wala siyang kaso. Pero paulit-ulit po na nababasa natin sa media na binawalang bisa yung mga kaso niya. So paano po ito, attorney?
Kaya nga kami, so long as may magagawin kami, gagawin kami. Kasi ngayon lang po kami nakakita ng isang kaso nang wala sa aging pa lang. Aging kasi may aging yan eh. Nang pag-file mo ng kaso, mga ganitong mga certain time ito ma-actionat o ma-dismiss. Ang bilis ang mga-dismiss ng kaso ng kanya. Oo. Tapos, yung motion for reconsideration, parang one day yata, 2 days lang o 3 days lang. Denied ka agad po, kuyawa. Hindi man lang pinakomment yung kabila. Kung kami magkakaso kami, kailangan muna na magbigyan yung kabilang party to comment on the motion for reconsideration. Ang pagkakarinig namin, brother, ano nangyari nun? Dismiss na rin ata yung kaya ganun kabilis, parang lightning dismissal. Hindi naman siguro fair yun.
Attorney, under the law, pwede pa mamili ang Pangulo ng Ombudsman outside the listed of the JDC?
That would be unconstitutional. So, that is precisely pursuant to the checks and balances provided under the 1987 Constitution, enshrined even in the 1987 Constitution, so that the other branches of the government represented by the appointees to the JDC can screen as to who can be selected by the President. That's why there's a short list. And the President's choice is limited only to the short list. So, kung wala ka sa short list, babay ka talaga. Oo, so hindi ka pwede pa-appoint. Yun po ang nasa ating konstitusyon po.
Ayon sa Supreme Court, wala pa daw siyang clearance from Supreme Court si Remulla para masali siya doon sa shortlist. Pero bakit yung nasali po siya?
Ang pagkakaalam ko, wala siyang clearance sa ombudsman. Oo. Tapos, ngayon, ewan ko kung nasali na ba siya sa shortlist, parang hindi pa ata. Parang ang gusto ata ni Secretary Remulla, correct me if I'm wrong ha, is that he will request the President to tell the, the GBC to reassess the list of choices because according to him, it is the discretion of the President to have the JBC reassess and restart all over again the process of the shortlisting. Parang yun ang pagkaintindi ko. Pwede ako magkakalis.
Attorney, sinabi ni Secretary Remulla na forum shopping daw itong pagpapile na ilang case.
Alam mo, gusto mo mag-answer, brother? Ganito ha, sa mga estudyante ko ng patas, isa po sa elemento ng forum shopping, identity of parties. First element yan, may identity of parties pa. Sino ang nag-file nung una? Diba si Amy Marcos? In her capacity pa nga as chairperson of the Committee on Foreign Relations. Sino ang nag-file nito? Si Mayor Duterte in his capacity as the member of the family. Yun pa lang, wala na talagang forum shopping. Baka nakalimutan lang siguro basahin ni Secretary Remulla yung elements ng forum shopping. Wag na tayo mag-discuss pa second element, third element. Doon lang sa first element, wala na po yun. Kaya nga kung kami, i-ano lang natin yun. Kaya baka medyo carried away lang siya, hindi na siguro masyado nakareview. Matalino si Secretary Remulla, nakalimutan lang siguro. Oh, pangalawa pala, no? Pangalawa, nandito po si